everyone. I'm so excited to be talking to you. Oh, yeah. Go, Darren.
Boom, boom, boom.
One more time. We got to switch the camera on you. Here you go.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so what are we talking about here? And why am I so excited? We're going to be talking about the 5 ways to attract clicks to your website. And yeah, so back here, you see the number one thing is mindset.
You got another browser open, bro.
Go, Darren. Yeah, we got. Boom, boom, boom. One more time. We got to switch the camera on you. Here you go.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
Always happens, man. Okay. So this is going to be take 2. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, so if you're sitting there at home, do this. Boom, boom, boom. Why do we do that? Because when you're starting a hangout, you have to have the right mindset to attract people into your business. So we're going to be talking about the 5 ways, simple tips and strategies to attract clicks to your website. We're going to have people that are just crushing it, absolutely crushing it online today, jumping into this hangout, sharing with you their stories. It's not about me. It's about you at home having the results. And that's what we're going to be talking about here. So the very first strategy that you must absolutely have to attract clicks to your website is the right mindset. The right mindset, okay? That's the thoughts that you have when you push that button, run this ad, post this blog. You know, you take a moment to do that boom, boom, boom thing before you hit the send button, before you push that statement and visualize all these people flooding into your website. There's a reason why. It has to do with quantum physics. And I want to introduce to you my friend, my mentor, 7-figure earner. You heard that right, Darren Little. Camera's on you, bro. One moment, switch, go.
Thanks so much, Vic. You know, guys, what I'm a serial entrepreneur. You know, I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years, myself, launching a variety of different product services into the marketplace, starting from marketing and advertising, and then launching my own companies, raising venture capital, taking companies public. And here's what I will tell you. Whatever you believe to be true is true for you. Okay? Whatever you believe to be true for you in your reality is what's true for you. Now, the best way to really explain this to somebody is that there's 2 parallel worlds that exist simultaneously, okay? Over here is everything you want, and over here is everything that you don't want, okay? Now, what's going to be the determining factor as to which one of these realities that you start to create for yourself, okay? And it's a real simple formula, and it's called The Secret, okay? Now, The Secret works for everything you want, and it also works for everything that you don't want. Now, the secret, or the equation for manifestation to start to create that reality, is thought-directed emotion that generates feeling. Okay, that's the secret. So if you are emotionally connected to the outcome that you want, right, and your physiology in your body is sending out that frequency out to the electrons, it opens up all of these gateways of possibility, right? Like dropping the dam down and the river rushes through. In the event that you're like, oh, it probably won't work. Oh, I'll bet nobody will join me, right? If that's the emotional connection that you have to your traffic, to your clicks, to your prospects coming to your website, if you don't believe that your offer has any value, or that you as a leader don't have any value, what happens is you create a blocker like this. okay, like the dam. So when the river comes rushing in, what happens? If there's a dam there, it can't get through, right? So all those infinite doors of possibilities are, they're all just shut, right? So there's no ability for that river of abundance to flow through. So if you can visualize that you're either going to be a rock in the river, and a rock can't absorb the water. All it can do is get pummeled, okay? Now, there's a good lesson in that, though, because the rock can start to get polished, okay? But the water can't flow through the rock, okay? You've got to be able to become the sponge, right? So you got to visualize yourself morphing from the rock into the sponge, and what happens then? The river flows through the sponge gets bigger, right? And that's the personal development, the mindset, and believing in whatever your outcome is that you want, and feeling worthy and deserving of the outcome that you want, okay? So in the event that you're looking at other people having amazing success, and you're thinking of yourself as being outside of that energy force, you're not part of it, you're an onlooker to that energy, right? You're separating yourself instead of being part of that same energy flow. So what I will tell you from working with people to get them into the 7-figure mindset, this is what I will tell you. 2 words, okay? 2 words. What if, okay? Over here, it's like, what if I got more leads this time than I've ever got my entire life? What if, when I sent out this email, there was my biggest opt-in rate that I've ever had? What if there was more people that made that click, that clicked through to buy my product or service, whatever it is that I'm selling? Okay, that's over here, okay? Now over here is, oh, what if it doesn't work? Oh, what if I lose all my money? Right? What if nobody buys my products? Right? So they're 2 totally different energy forces. Here you've got an opening, and here you've got complete shutdown, right? The doors are open over here, the doors are completely shut over here, right? Back over to you, Vic.
Yeah, I think that's so important is if you believe that the clicks that you attract to your business are the right tribe, they're the right people, they're the folks that will create your business for you, what's going to happen is you'll magically pull. This is chaos. This is quantum physics, my friends. In the book Chaos by James Gleick, if you want to go look that one up, probably put a link below this to go look into that. There's a thing called the observer effect. And I had a conversation with someone this morning about this. Okay, so here's how it works. If you focus your attention on something, it's completely invisible. It's like, let's say there's a box over here that generates random numbers. And there's another box over here that generates random numbers. If you focus your attention on the box that generates these random numbers, it actually fluctuates and modifies the results, okay? The internet, as a global information network, operates under a random principle. When you place an ad on a search engine and people click on that ad, that is a semi-random kind of an event, okay? When you roll some dice, it is a random event. One of my colleagues, who is an author of the book called Lucky You, I kid you not, he would win in the slot machines as long as he had the vision and the goal to pay his mortgage, feed his family. True story. He was going to go broke. They were going to foreclose on his house. He would lose everything. In a moment of desperation, he got down on his knees and he prayed. He said, Lord, help me save my family. And he got this vision to go play the slot machines. And he was winning, and he was winning, and he was winning. And he eventually paid off his mortgage. He divorced his wife, and then he went off and just thought, wow, I'm such a guru at playing slot machines. I'm going to go ahead and just play them for money, right? And he would lose and he would lose and he would lose, okay? So what's the message here? As long as that bigger vision that you're going toward is so clear in your mind, he was winning with a completely random object. Now, we can influence that more if we do proper keyword research, proper tracking, and things like that. So what I would like you to take away from this, the 5 keys, the number one and the most important one is the mindset that you're going into. In other words, why are you trying to attract the traffic? Why are you bringing these people to your website? What value are you going to provide to those people when they show up? What is going to be their experience like? How are you going to interact with them? How are you going to follow up with them? What team are they going to be part of when they join your business? Whatever it is that you're promoting, it doesn't matter if you're bricks and mortar business, or if you're an online marketing company, or a network marketing company, or an affiliate marketing company, the rules are all the same. The reason you want to bring these people in is to serve them. And once you have that service mindset, the doors will open for you. And that's where we can get into the specific tactics that you need to succeed in your business. So I want to show you, I wrote here on the whiteboard, the number 2 factor is keyword research. But before we get into that, I want to welcome everyone who just joined us. We just have we just literally doubled our traffic like that, okay? We started the event, we have people coming in, and like we've now doubled our traffic, The view count is going up. More people are here because we have the energy. The energy is here. Now I'm here at my office. I was going to do this event normally, my home office, but guess what? Right before that, the power got cut off. And I looked around, wait a second, there's only like a few houses that were cut off in the entire block. What is the message? The message is, Vic, go to your office because you need to use the whiteboard. Vic, you need to talk to Darren. You need to focus on these 5 factors. I have another special guest scheduled to come in. He didn't show up at the certain time. That's the randomness I'm talking about. The randomness is the chaotic universe that we're living in. But with the proper mindset training that you learn from hanging out with folks like Darren, that's what will make the world of difference in your business. It certainly has for me. Darren, a few comments on that before I go into keyword research.
Absolutely. For people to really understand the science behind this, it's great to hear about something in concept, right? Or people say, "Oh, Darren, that's woo-woo." I don't believe that. Okay. All of the stuff that I teach is based upon scientific research. Okay, I'm talking about laboratory science. Okay, no fluke here. This is the real deal, guys. Okay. So the scientists were trying to figure out what is the universe actually made up of. And they know that, things are made up of atoms and molecules, but what are the atoms and molecules made up of? So they got it down to the electrons. Now, what are the electrons made up of? Well, one group of scientists believed that those electrons are actually made up of waves of energy. And the waves of energy come together and form the electrons, and the electrons come together and they form the atoms and molecules, and the atoms and molecules form stuff, okay? Now, here was the interesting thing. The evidence came back 100% conclusive that those electrons are made up of waves of energy. No variables, guys, no variables. There wasn't any skewing, okay? But there was another group of scientists in another area of the world, and they believed that those electrons were actually made up of particles of matter. Now, here's the interesting thing. They believed those particles of matter are going to come together, form the electrons come together, form the atoms and molecules, and the atoms and molecules form stuff, right? Guess what magically happened? It came back 100% conclusive that those electrons are made up of particles of matter. How is that possible? 100% over here, waves of energy. 100% over here, particles of matter. The only variable, guys, this is the important factor. The only variable is what did they believe to be true? Two different realities, right? Two completely different realities. Over here was waves of energy, over here is particles of matter. That is science, guys. This isn't any made up stuff. This is the actual science behind getting rich. And if you learn this and you apply this into your business and into your life, you can literally transform every single area of your life, okay? Every single area, from health and fitness to family and relationships, spiritual, emotional, career, travel, financial goals, material things, contribution, giving back, making a difference. Every single area of your life you can transform once you understand these principles of how you are actually that core creator of whatever it is that you want in this universe, right? Whatever you believe to be true for you, and whether or not you feel worthy and deserving of that abundance flow. Back over to you, Vic.
I totally concur with you on everything you just said. And I think that what a lot of people need to understand is that you've got to do that inner circle or inner development work. You need to get that mindset training in order to have the right attitude of success. And that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about right here, what we call top producers. Okay, so but let's go into this 3 steps. Keyword research, I've broken this down into 3 components. Actually, let me move this side. It actually will probably look better on me. Okay, so here we go. So keyword research, there are 3 components that you want to focus on with any form of keyword research, okay? This is more tactical stuff. Once you've got your mindset together, you want to now focus on doing some research. You want to figure out what are the money words. What are the money words? These are the words that people are spending money on, okay? They're spending money on it, and they're buyer words. They're the type of words in search engines that people spend $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 a click. Did you know that in the mortgage industry and in the personal injury industry, the clicks can go as high as $70 or $80 per click for the bid value? Okay, these are bid value money words. Obviously, when people search for that and they see your ad and they click on it, they're definitely going to be buying from that. Otherwise, people wouldn't be spending that amount of money on those buyer words. So you want to find those money words first. The second thing you want to do is find your niche phrase. What is the niche phrase? That's more of like what's trending in the media, what's going on in the world, what's popular today, who's like so for example, if we do a search for something like millionaire mindset and we do a search for that, we're going to get some results. Who are the top most experts in millionaire mindset thinking? Well, when you Google that, or you go to Yahoo or Bing or any of the big search engines, you'll see that T. Harv Eker is at the top of that. And then second, there's kind of like Tony Robbins and stuff like that. Well, Darren is like a rising star in terms of that. So what would I do if I was focusing on trying to promote Darren as the millionaire mindset expert? That's what I did this morning with my blog. I'm going to show you my screen in a moment. So then the third step is you have to focus on the top producer in that industry, okay? You can focus on the top producer. Who is the top producer? Well, in this case, T. Harv Eker. When you search for millionaire mindset, there's T. Harv. So if I want to associate Darren, who has a video called The Millionaire Mindset, and I want to associate him with T. Harv, I can do that in my blog. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that, and I'm going to switch the camera to Darren while I go into screen share. Cool?
Sure.
Okay. On you,
Okay.
Darren.
Okay. You know, this is something, actually, a strategy, Vic, that I teach my students. It's called piggyback marketing. And once you understand the power of piggyback marketing, you can actually use other people, other celebrities. You can use, you know, sports figures or Hollywood people. You can use companies like Coca-Cola, or you know, a beer company if they've got a campaign that's running right now that's getting a lot of attention. You can use Hollywood movies. You can use any trending topic that's going on in the media, because it already gets eyeballs. It's already getting attention, right? So you can actually piggyback off of that media. You can piggyback off of that attention, and it can get you not only a lot more exposure for your brand, but it can also position you into the marketplace next to people that are already positioned, right? That's called piggyback marketing, right? And I use it a lot in social media. I use it a lot on Facebook, Twitter, and blog, in my blog, and that's what Vic's going to talk about right now. So back over to you, Vic.
Okay, so you should be seeing my screen now, Darren, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm locked on the screen so we can actually talk about this a little bit here. This is my blog, and here's me and Darren. We were hanging out together in Nashville, Tennessee. And this is an event that we did last week with Darren, and we're rolling out the replays about a week in delay on the blog. This is a post about one of the most popular high-tech, really cool TV shows that's coming out. That is, you can actually see it currently only on the Xbox, but it's going to happen later on this month. And then there's a TV show trailer, and then there's the 3 best millionaire mindset videos. This is my blog post from this morning. Now I'm going to tap into that blog post. I'm just going to show you what this is made up from. So the first of all, this is the Millionaires Club ring, in a club that we belong to, where our goal is to use the same set of tools, same set of techniques, same set of strategies, same group of products to generate $1 million in gross sales for our business in this particular system. And once you succeed in that, you receive this ring. This is the same as a baseball or a Super Bowl ring. It's encrusted with diamonds. On one side, it says the date you joined the club, and then the date that you actually produced $1 million in sales. And Darren, I understand you're already halfway there.
Well, in combined affiliates, you know, other things I've marketed as well. As far as the Empower Network, I think I'm around 225.
Okay. So thank you. So yeah, you can feel free to just jump in here. I just want to talk about the anatomy of a blog, okay? And so I'm going to be switching the focus here in a moment. You'll see that there's a free PDF you can download. Go ahead and download that, because that's going to be going away. And we're going to be talking about how you can get started with your own blog here in a moment. But let's take a look at the architecture of what this is all about. So here we have Darren's video. He Skyped that to me this morning. He said, hey, Vic, I just watched this last night. You should watch this. Get yourself in the mindset before you. So I started watching this video, and then Darren and I started talking, and then we have to produce the Hangout. So I'm going to finish watching this video today. But look at what I did here. Millionaire Mindset, okay, with Darren Little. Millionaire Mind with T. Harv Eker. And then we have Tony Robbins' Business Mastery. Right below that, we have access to the blog, where you can go purchase a blog. Okay, and now look at this. These are what are called tags. This is really the secret sauce that a lot of people miss. They go, oh, I don't really have the time to deal with the tags. So let me just show you what you can do with our tool that we call search triggers. Okay, these are my actual stats on my blog when I was getting maybe 5 or 10 visitors a day, as most people are. At this point, right here, about 30 days after my blog got started, yep, I got 500 visitors a day, and then I kept blogging and blogging, and then I peaked at around 1,000 visitors a day. And this strategy is what we're going to be teaching throughout this series of videos, but in specific detail. But I just want to show you a couple things here. So if I go into, let's say, Harv Eker, and I'm just going to go and run those numbers. Let's, God willing, it will work. Okay, so here's what you can see. I'm logged in with a completely complimentary version that you can see. Here's my colleague Bob. He and I were supposed to meet today, and he is the father of search engine optimization. He is the, in 1995 he coined the term search engine optimization. He is my colleague, my mentor in SEO. He coined the term. We are working together to make sure that this tool and this technique and this strategy is the best possible strategy and technique to establish your leadership position in all the search engines. I'll just leave it at that. So let's take a look at these keywords right here. This right here is an introductory or training video, and you can just X out of that and it brings up the page. So what does this mean? Well, there's a suggestion rating and then there's a page count. This is the very, very basic stuff that you want to understand. Books by T. Harv Eker. How did we get that? Well, if I go into Bing.com or Yahoo.com, I just like Bing because it's such a cool graphic, and I type in Harv Eker, you will see that there are these other words that come in, millionaire mind, intensive, and stuff like that. And if I go to Google and I type in Harv Eker, then you get Millionaire Mind and Eker International. So based on different types of, this is what's called the auto-suggest. Quotes, Millionaire Mind International. Okay? And if you go back,
people are typing in every day.
Hey, is that Scott?
Yeah, I'm watching this, and I just want people to know that this is what people are typing in every day. You know, Harv is a big one, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. So when people type in every single day, Harv Eker, T. Harv Eker, he's the Millionaire Mind master, right? He's the one that people look at. They look at the Millionaire Mind Intensive, International Reviews, and YouTube, okay? So there's all these different things that come up under that. So if I go in here and I type in Tony Robbins, I'm going to pass the screen to you, Scott, so go ahead and we're going to introduce you in a moment here. Okay? And this is what comes up under Tony. So this is not anything to do with us. This is what the world sees when they type that in. Okay, so if they go over to Yahoo,
man, the world loves controversy. If you guys saw that, man, they just love to eat it up. Cocaine and
okay, so then divorce scandal. Money Master the Game. That's his new book. Seminar schedule. Wife, net worth, green drink. Book, seminar schedule. Okay, each one of these, you know, let's just focus on the positive, right? Money Master the Game. Okay, so if I go in here and I do Tony Robbins, Money Master the Game, which I love that book. I read the book. It's a fantastic book. I'm going to go back into Google and do the same thing. Now, if I go into Google and I do that in here, I'm going to teach you some tactics, and then we're going to pass you on to Scott. Okay, so you see there's 263,000 results in here. Okay, that's a lot of competition. Is it really? Well, let's put this phrase. What's called a phrase is what Search Triggers operates on, where all we do is put quotation marks around that in Google search, and it drops it down to 23,000 results. So that means the phrase Tony Robbins, Money Master the Game only appears on 23,200 results. So let's just say I'm going to go into Tony Robbins, Money Master the Game. I'm going to type that into Search Triggers. This is the completely free version. There's nothing that we're not even asking you for any money at this point. Okay, so what does it happen? Is Tony Robbins legit? Money Master the Game shows up as at the top of the suggestion rating.
And it's
Money Masters the Game, PDF. Huh?
It's got no pages either.
Scott? It's got no pages either. It's very few pages, very few competition. See that? So There's actually 91 pages. It's not 23,000 as Google says. There's actually only 91. That's basically 10 pages of competitors. Okay. If you use that exact sequence of words, okay? Okay? Now, money masters the game is different than money master the game, okay? All you need to do is add on the word review, and boom, you've got a niche phrase right there, audiobook. So what do? Let's say you have an assistant, and you want to give that assistant an assignment. You say, hey, you know what? Could you write up 3 articles for me? Let's go find the PDF. Let's go find the review. You dictate the review into a tape recorder or a voice recognition. You pass that on to your assistant. You put in Money Masters the Game audio book, and then you could put in, I guess I didn't know there was even a DVD. But let's say these 3 statements. These are all niche phrases, and they're giving you exactly the subject for your blog post. So earlier I talked about money keywords and authority keywords. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here and just go back to my video. As you can see, right over, are you guys seeing my video now?
Yep.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first step is mindset, having the right mindset for your traffic. Second step, keyword research, money words, okay? Niche phrases and top producers, okay? Top producer is T. Harv Eker and Tony Robbins, okay? Niche phrase would be the keyword PDF, review, or audiobook. Got it? Those are the niche phrases. These are the little words you tack on to the tail end of it. And then the money word is going to be Masters the Game, because Money Masters the Game is the name of the book. Just an example. Whatever you're writing about, whatever you're blogging about, that is what you want to focus on right here. So, Scott,
yeah.
Could you just wrap this up for us here in a moment? And then we're going to switch the screen to you. Are you getting what I'm talking about here? You getting this strategy here? This really, really simple. Keyword research is crucial. Money words, niche phrases, and top producers.
Yeah, definitely, man. I really thought you guys were in the flow when I was listening to you. I was getting a late lunch, and I thought you and Darren were just totally on par with each other. You guys were just going back to back, just delivering an amazing value. Obviously, mindset, and then you dive into keyword research. And then Darren, I know most of your career has been off of piggybacking off of the success of your competitors, and that was. It's a great asset that you teach to your team to do that, especially with people that don't really have a lot of value. I know there's one thing that, Darren, you stand by, I stand by, we pretty much all stand by, which is you learn, you do, and then you teach. You know what I mean? You learn something, you get some type of result, and you teach it. And any of you out there watching this, you can literally take Search Triggers, the free tool, the tool that's given to anybody, and you can take an idea, a keyword, something that maybe you're thinking about. You know, I've had an array of different people across my level of playing field. You know what I mean? People that sell on eBay, people that sell affiliate products, people that do their own coaching, and I've introduced them to Search Triggers, and they've seen a drastic difference in the way they look at keyword research. For example, this lady I know of mine, she was looking for a keyword to match her eBay listings, okay? And when you're selling an eBay listing, a lot of times it's your headline, it's your title that gets people to buy. And so I said, well, let's copy a little bit of it and let's go through it in Search Triggers. And what it did is it came up with a longer tail keyword of what the main keyword was. So it said like weight bench, you know, such and such weight bench, red and black. So instead of saying just such and such weight bench, it said red and black. So now it gets people to say, oh, okay, that's the one that I wanted, the red or the black one. So it just kind of takes it, and it takes what people are thinking, and it reads the trends. You see, like, for example, what did we just witness just now? The Money Master the Game, right? What did the keyword tool pull up? It said, is Tony Robbins legit and Money Master the Game. It said like these are things people are typing in. It's crazy. Like is this book legit? And that's what you could literally put in your headline, and that will honestly, guys, grab the main keyword, which is very competitive. I mean, it's not too competitive, right? Like 23,000 results, right? But you have a high chance of ranking for that keyword. But then you're even higher when you take keywords like legit and you put these longer tail keywords in a shorter main keyword. Okay, so you guys get like the power of that. Like you have these short, high targeted keywords that are broad, and then you add on to it, and that allows you to basically rank for really high competitive keywords. And that's what honestly has been able to help me very much.
I just wanted to add to that, Scott, is that, you know, what I always tell people is don't get emotionally attached to whatever you think is correct, right? Let the market tell you what they're looking for. That's the key to understand in marketing. So I might say that I've got this idea, okay, and I think, oh, I think it's going to be this way, right? Or I got this great product, I got this amazing, you know, service that I'm going to offer, and I think it's going to be a real big hit, right? Don't do that, guys. Don't let your ego get in the way of your bank account. Okay? Don't let your ego get in the way of your bank account, because you're not the buyer. The buyer's somebody else. Let the buyers tell you what they're looking for, and then make your marketing speak to the listening. Speak to those buyers, right? If you're speaking the buyer's language, all of a sudden they're like this, right? That's called speaking to the listening, and now you've got an audience, right? So don't let your ego keep you broke, guys. You're very important. The purpose of search triggers is to take away all the emotions, okay? Let's remove all the emotions. Let's find out what the market wants. Let's find out what the market is looking for, and then let's base our marketing on what the market wants to hear, right?
Yeah, amen, man. And we, you know, like you said, we've seen it time and time again, Darren, where we've been in those shoes where we get attached to this great scheme idea, this great, just this thing's going to sell, it's going to blow people's minds, it's such a great design, it's such a great, it's going to connect with people, it's going to resonate with people. We just have this great, grand, you know, like a grand Ole Opry in our head of what we think is going to happen, but until we test it and throw some people at it and see how well it, you know, the reciprocation is, and how well the comments are, like, man, I got to have that, I want this, I got to get this. If you're not getting that, and then obviously it's not that big of an idea, because it's obviously not being reciprocated in that way that you expected in the first place. So you don't want to put all of your money on that hand until you actually run the search triggers keyword first. You know what I mean? Which Darren, I mean, you hit it right on the nail on that one. I like that. Good job. So Vic, back over to you, man. What do you got back there on that whiteboard?
Ha ha ha! Number 3, trends. All right. So trends. This is the number 3 tip that you got to focus on. Okay. So I went into Google Trends, and there's also Bing Trends. Right now they're doing a quiz because they actually are asking you what's trending, what's in your world, what do you think is trending. So I'm just going to focus on Google Trends for the moment, and I'm going to share my screen and tell you that there's 3 things that are trending right now. And actually, I'm just going to tell you what they are, and I'm going to ask you guys to pick one of the 3. Okay? So trending now, Women's World Cup, Steph Curry, or Lena Dunham?
World Cup.
Pick one of the 3. Huh?
World Cup.
Scott?
It's always the girl. It's always the name.
Okay.
I don't know. You know what? World Cup is trending right now, honestly.
Yeah, Women's World Cup 2015 is trending right now. I'm going to show you. Look. Let me share my screen here.
If you
This
want,
is
I can
so.
share my screen. You can kind of pull me around, or.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Go ahead and share your screen. Go to google.com/trends.
I'm there right now. I'll take you there here in a second. Let me know if you can see it.
Not yet. Almost. It's still loading. It's a black screen right now. Are you seeing anything, Darren?
No, black screen.
No? Okay, I can
I
try
see your
again.
mouse moving.
Okay, let me try again. Ooh. All right. Well, guess it's not working. Okay, you get on your end then.
Oh gosh, man. Maybe switch browsers and go full screen on your desktop instead of the specific tool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I did do full screen.
Let me see if mine works.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Now try it, I guess.
Oh yeah, now I see it. Yeah,
we got yours. We got yours.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Google Trends Women's World Cup 2015. Okay, so pop on over to search triggers. Let me coach you a little bit here in search triggers, man. All right, so pop in Women's World Cup. Just copy that phrase exactly. There's an S in there right now. See that? Women's S World Cup. I don't know why that S is in there, but let's check that out. Now uncheck
leave
quick.
The S in there. Leave the S in there if it's trending.
Yeah, leave the S in there.
Okay, go ahead. And what you want me to leave everything in there?
Yeah, and then uncheck the word quick and uncheck the word phrase. Uncheck phrase. I want to see what's there.
Okay. We'll see what's trending.
I built the tool, but you're the #1 user of the tool, so you're teaching us how to use it.
All right. Wow. Schedule is the money right here. That's the ticket.
Okay, let's go and try. Let's go in there and try phrase again.
Okay. You want to do phrase?
Yeah, let's do phrase.
Search. So this is all the broad keywords, and now we're going to.
They're all kind of niche phrases, and there really isn't enough data behind it.
Okay, so this is phrase.
Okay. So Women's World Cup schedule, tickets, travel packages, Canada tickets, tables, jobs, and cities. Okay, so what's interesting about that, when it says NA, what that means is there's not enough data in the system. It's too new, okay, that the search engines haven't even picked up on it. That's the perfect topic for a blog post, okay? Because
right over here. You're talking about to my right of the screen, NA pages, right?
Yeah, yeah. So what you want to do is you want to go on the rating. Schedule is the #1 niche phrase, okay?
Yeah.
So if I was writing a blog post, all I would do is put in the word schedule. In fact, at one of the events that we were at, that was a marketing event, I wrote a blog post, and all I did was post the schedule of the event. And I had people coming up to me at the event and said, "Hey, Vic, thank you so much for your blog post. I was Googling the schedule for the event. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I found your blog, and I saw your picture there. I just want to reach out and say, touch base and say hi." They were walking up to me at the event because I posted the schedule.
That happens all the time. No, seriously, what if you wanted to sell soccer equipment or soccer clothes or women's something fitness? You can literally put together a blog and then stuff some Amazon products in that blog article around this keyword.
Right, right. So you're using the pro version of search triggers, but what I wanted to ask you is, could you teach a basic person what's the first thing they need to use when they, I would say just click sign out on the right. You see the sign out button right there?
Yeah.
What would be the first thing that people should focus on?
The first thing is probably like what you guys explained earlier, is understand who your top competitors are in your market. Obviously do some research and find what is getting most comments on. If you know T-Bar Ecker is your main guy, then go to his Facebook page, I would say, and see what is getting shared the most and what is getting commented the most. Like, for example, all through these different fan pages, you'll know right here, 116 likes, 19 shares, okay? When you start scrolling through here, you'll notice one that just cranks it, just like a knock out of the park. Article that just gets a lot more engagement than the others. And so whatever the market wants, give them more of, okay? And Darren was speaking of this earlier so just eloquently, because it's so true. It's just like trying to recreate the wheel when the wheel doesn't need to be recreated. And so as you go through here and you know this is your top guy in your market, you would want to find something that got shared the most and liked the most and then build something around it. Okay, I actually have tools for that will scrape the whole fan page here the last like 5 months and then tell me which one got shared and liked the most. Okay, so and I'm not necessarily looking for quotes. I'm more or less looking for like blog articles. You know what I mean? Every couple weeks there's a new blog article right here. Like this one right here, guys, How to Master the Art of Selling Anything, okay? This is a blog article that T-Var Ecker did. Now, if I keep scrolling down, I'll find another article, and I'm making note of what was liked and shared, okay, on that last article, okay? Because if this was shared a whole bunch, guys, then that will tell you that, man, this thing really resonated with this market here, okay, which is a really good indication for what you need to be looking for. So like, let's say you wanted to say, oh man, this was a good article, I want to give to my audience something a little similar, you know, a little spin, you know, what you've learned in your past to what you've learned up until today, and then what you learned in this article here, and then you could say, you know what, this is something that I want to model after. So you could say, you know, sell anything online, you know, how to sell anything online, and then, you know, get an idea of what you're looking for, and then start doing some searches, and then go for that. That's kind of what I would do, and then obviously
what do you
build
go
around
through
what's
that?
working.
What do you go through that?
Yeah, so Scott, go ahead, and if you'd be so kind as to maybe go ahead and grab that phrase, how to master the art of selling anything. Pop that into search triggers. Let's see what comes up. This is in the completely free version, not registered or anything. Just pop it in right there. Actually, you do need to register it. Let me tell you, just share a couple things with you. When you click the link to register for search triggers, a couple things will happen. It actually unlocks the full version for 100 points. And you can use the full functionality for a while. And then after that, you can still continue to use the limited functionality that you can see here. So you have a chance to test drive it as much as you want, to get some results with it, make some money with it, and then when you upgrade, you're also going to get a bonus from whoever sent you to this video from them personally, like Scott. Scott is one of our launch partners. We're going to be launching Search Triggers 2.1 Pro version on JVZoo in, I think, next week, Wednesday. So you want to stay tuned for that. Watch your email like a hawk. Check and make sure you drag our Success Mastermind Hangout link and pop it into your inbox, mark it with alerts, whatever you need to do. You don't want to miss this event. I'm going to have with me another 7-figure earner who is just crushing it online in JVZoo. He's going to be with us next week on Wednesday. So Scott, if you would be so kind as to pop that in to the thing there, and let's see what happens with how to master the art of selling anything, and see what happens over there. Okay, yeah, great. I love that. Okay, you see that? How to master the art of selling anything, CD or MP3. Remember earlier I taught you these are the niches, right? The keyword CD and MP3, just adding that one word makes you a unique person. Like if you're writing a blog post, you could put an Amazon link in your blog that says, I'm going to sell the CD or the MP3. Okay, and now you've differentiated yourself from the competition. Okay, so go back in and sign into your account. Click the sign in button.
Yeah, I I wish I can go more advanced on this, so that's why I'm the pro version. I have to be pro, man. I cannot stand just getting a few things.
I know. Go fetch pages. Click fetch pages. Let's see what happens. Okay, you have to run the search again.
See? I need this stuff.
All right, let's go fetch pages now.
Okay. And fetching pages basically finds all of the different articles that were written for this keyword, right?
Right, exactly. It saves you hours and hours of like having to go copy and paste that. And look at that. MP3 is the most competitive, and you can tap on the page column and sort. Sort again in reverse order. Okay, and you can tap on the Google rating and sort by that column as well. Okay, so PDF is the most suggested for phrase in Google. So how to master the art of selling anything PDF. So if you could find a way to get that PDF, that is such a unique phrase for a blog post. Now, we don't want everyone out here who's watching this video to go write blog posts about how to master this art of selling anything, because then what'll happen is it's not gonna work anymore. So you guys are getting this like a special. Look at that Tom Hopkins download. Look at that. Okay, and they're in descending order in terms of popularity, and page count is competition. Okay, and that's the final step. I'm going to go back to my screen here and just show you my whiteboard here real quick, okay? We talked about trends, and then Scott showed you want to find something in social media about your top producers, okay? All right? And then that's how we found this, how to master the art of selling anything. And then the last piece is competition. In other words, who else has written the exact same thing, and make sure you add value to what's already been written.
More than them, because now you have the upper advantage. You know what looks better, what feels better, and obviously how you can make it even more authentic in your own words.
Yeah. So Scott, share with us a little bit of the results that you're getting with search triggers, and then pass it on to Darren, and just have a dialogue about these 5 steps. I think these are the 5 ways to attract clicks to your website. It's crucial everyone follow these in sequence, in that order, because that's what you do, that's what I do, that's what leaders do. What do you think about this, Darren? And then back to you, Scott.
Phenomenal. I think that what I really like about this, guys, and it all gets back to what I was saying earlier about surrendering your ego, right? In business, it's your ego, right? Thinking that you already know whatever it is that you think you know, that it's right, and then actually finding out what the market thinks is right. Because those are the people that have the credit card in hand, right? And this is where people go wrong in business, is that they make up their mind that they know the right thing, and they just go do it, right? Why not go into search triggers and actually test it to see what the market wants or what the market's looking for, because that's going to give you the most amount of eyeballs on your message, right? So if you have the best possible chance to get the most possible people that have credit card in hand, that's how you start to make money on the internet, right? So surrender your pride, surrender your ego, take whatever you think, put it into search triggers, and then let the market tell you what they're looking for. Back over to you, Vic.
Yes, thank you, Darren. Scott, what do you think, man?
Yeah, as I was listening earlier, I remember you said something about how expensive it is to pay for a click in certain niches. You know, upwards of $10, $11 just for a click, guys. That seems outrageous. But you got to imagine the reason why they're doing that is because that's such a small niche sometimes to where there is not a lot of room for traffic. So in that scenario, it is a must. I mean, it is a like if you do not have a way to find the long tail keywords, the keywords that are not being bidded on, the keywords that are truly like little gems underneath the rough that are in that particular niche, but that aren't being discovered at the moment. Okay, like for example, we learned earlier about the PDF download. Okay, now if someone wanted to watch this video and go write a blog post about it, I'm sure within a month they can come back to us and say, look at the amount of traffic that I've been getting just from that blog alone. Okay, so right now we have that opportunity for PPC folks who want to do pay-per-click, which is something that I've always been fascinated with, you know, the last few years of marketing myself, that when you truly have a great keyword, you could be getting anywhere from like 1% CTR with just like an average keyword paying $10 a bid to upwards of like 20% click-through rate paying half of what you would pay for $10. And the reason that you can do that is because you don't have the competition that you would normally have if you didn't have search triggers. So that right there is what resonated with me earlier, Vic, is when you were explaining that, because I've been in niches that were like that. And if I didn't have an upper hand, if I didn't have an ability and have tools like search triggers, I would have been stuck in the mud like everybody else paying these high clicks. And one niche that I know for sure that I've experienced just recently in the last few months is the mesothelioma niche. That is one of the highest paid cost per action offers out there, is people that are looking for some type of lawsuit help for the mesothelioma. Okay, that's the cancer related you know, people that get when they come back from war, or you know, old houses, and there is a lot of money out there for these people that have experienced and gone through this, and they're just looking for some type of help, some type of lawyer to help them. And you can get paid upwards of $4,000 just for someone showing interest in that niche. So that's why it's so expensive to get clicks, because the niche is like a little tiny sliver, and there's not a lot of room. There's only like 10 or 12 keywords for that niche, guys. Like, for example, make money online. You can have all kinds of stuff. Earn money fast online. How to work from home online. Work from home jobs. Like, there is just a huge slew of keywords that you can play with. Well, in these smaller niches, that's where you need the search triggers tool. Okay, so those smaller niches is what you're going to want to master. Those smaller niches is what you're really going to want to dive into and really make yourself known and be the guy. You know what I mean? Like Darren, he's the guy of quantum physics. You can find him on the internet with those type of articles. Okay, that's a small sliver. So if he wants to know what's trending, maybe we can have another training another day, and we can go into that and try to find what's trending just in that section alone, just in the niche of people that are looking for that kind of stuff. And that would be exciting to see what people are looking for. What's trending today? Back over to you, Vic.
Hey, thank you, Scott. Okay, so we've been joined us now by one of our newest actually rock star users of search triggers, Jessica. If you want to unmute and say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
So share us a little bit about what you've been using search triggers for. Now, you're blogging, and if you're watching this video on a replay, you'll notice that there's a button where you can get your own blog in the same tool, same system, identical to what I use, Darren uses, Scott uses, Jessica uses. And we're going to have a special training with this tool as well for people who purchase this tool. So, Jessica, you're using I mean, who actually purchased the blog. Once you have one of this blog, we can now have a consistent framework in targeting your tags. But tell us a little bit about your results that you've had with search triggers. You've been messaging me on my phone and saying, God, I love search triggers. Share a little bit about that enthusiasm. Camera's on you.
Yeah, so the first blog that we fixed, I got 38 clicks already and 10 links to it. And that was probably about 3 weeks ago we did that. And then I've just been using it for each blog that I get, and within like 10 minutes I'll get like 20 clicks on it, so it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Very cool. That's exciting to hear. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I'm still got a lot to learn. I want to go watch the videos again because when I was doing it with him, I wasn't taking notes. So I'm sure I'm doing some things wrong. I think I'm wasting too many points. So I still need to go back through the training. Yeah.
Well, the good news is Scott and I are putting together a training for everyone that's going to show them what we do. Now, Scott, you've been getting thousands and thousands of YouTube video clicks. I mean, you've been just crushing it.
Yeah, and the guy that I did a lot of this help for, he's having record-breaking days of income because of that. And you know, I'd love to share that case study with you guys sometime. But man, this guy and the YouTube comments are amazing. It's funny because you know when you're doing something right, you'll have a lot of haters. Okay, in this YouTube video, it's got, you know, half is people that bought the product and half people that say, oh yeah, well I can go to eBay and I can buy my own stuff and make it my own. And it's just like, you know, so this video is being seen by like thousands of people that are inside this niche of this world of drones and flying drones and going long-range flights. And this guy has this amazing product that allows you to go really far and still have video footage on your phone or your iPad, so you can see it, you know, when it's far away. And it's a dynamite product. And so I helped him get some videos out there. I did some reviews, and he's had like over 3,000 organic views. And that's what's exciting about search triggers. It's organic traffic. It's not the stuff like, if you have a Facebook fan page, right? Many of you know that Facebook, you could have 100,000 fans. Facebook only shows that post to like 20,000 people if you have 100,000 fans. You know what they want you to do? They want you to pay them even more money to show that post to the 100,000 fans that you already have. So it's like, that doesn't make sense. So that's where Facebook went wrong in that sense, is that you can have a huge group of friends, but only a small sliver of those friends actually see what you're saying, and that yet again they want you to pay to reach those fans that you already have. So YouTube, a little different. You know, this is organic. Blog posts, a little different. You know, it's on the search marketing. So that's what I like about it. It's definitely more of a real estate to me than some other avenues of traffic and platforms to use. I truly believe in YouTube. It is one of the best places right now in 2015. So that's why I started the campaigns on YouTube.
So Darren, what do you think about all this? I mean, did we explain a little bit more about the why of search triggers and why it's so cool? I mean, it's this vast world, and there's so much to learn. But I think if this is like the foundation level right here. When you get the foundation, okay, that's where we start to build and build and build on those results. Darren, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the one thing that I always tell people when it comes to marketing, and this is one thing that people don't really get about marketing, is that it's really all about consistency, okay? Daily consistency, daily action, right? And it doesn't matter what strategy that you're using as long as it's consistent, okay? So imagine this. Imagine that, you know, here's Jessica. She's just congratulations, Jessica, by the way. Today's her very first day as a full-time online marketer. She put in her notice at work. and she's gone full time. So congratulations to Jessica on that. But this is a sort of an example, because if you take, okay, Jessica, implemented this strategy, and say she got 38 clicks in 24 hours on one blog post or whatever, right? But imagine what that would be if she had 100 blog posts, right? And how that's going to grow over time. So if she uses the tool and then she formulates her content based upon what the market is looking for, now that is going to start to go like this over time. But as she stays consistent daily with her activities, it starts to compound, right? So that you can hit specific target markets and specific niches around what it is that you're marketing, to attract those eyeballs to whatever it is that your brand is, whatever it is that you're selling. And over time, what's going to happen is it's going to start to go like this with income, right? It's an exponential curve in online. It's almost like quantum physics, right? 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. 1 + 1 is 11, and it grows exponentially. So, it's really all about consistency, right? So if you've got, as an example, let's say you've got a budget, right? Let's say that your budget is $200 a week or $500 a week, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as you start with something and you stay consistent with that all the way across. Because in life, there's something called seasons, right? You got winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall. Business works the same way, right? You've got your roller coaster like this, your ups and downs, your ups and downs. And what a lot of people will do is they'll test something, right, in a little area, but instead of being consistent with it, maybe they were in a valley in their season, right? So instead of being consistent and continuing on with their campaign, they stop, right? Which is what you don't want to do in marketing. You got to keep consistent. You got to have that. You've got to realize that there's the yin and the yang, the changing of the seasons, and you've just got to set your course, pick your target, and just keep on going with your consistent daily action. Back over to you, Vic.
Cool. So, I have a question, and you guys probably have questions as well. And so below this video, there's a space to ask a question, and we'll answer it in the time that we have left. But I have a question for Darren. I've been thinking about this for a long time. You may or may not know this, but I think it was maybe 2 years ago when I started working on search triggers at the Austin event. Let's see, yeah. And the vision I had was for 6,000 people inside of our blogging club to start using search triggers and to do a large case study and to make that a possibility for folks. Now we have Kalatu Premium. Now Search Triggers Pro is right around $100 a month. Okay, that's, give or take. Some marketers will be promoting it at $97 a month. Some marketers will be promoting it at each one of our joint venture partners is able to set their own price within certain limits. But let's say it's $100 a month. Kalatu Premium is $100 a month. That's like a $200 a month investment to get the whole package. But here's my thought, and I want to ask your advice on this. How long should we run a special for? And what would happen if people purchase the Kalatu Premium blogging system? What would you say if once you bought that system and you bought the entry-level package of search triggers, which is only $20 a month, right? $19.95. You could unlock that for your team. You could unlock all the pro features just by having Kalatu Premium. What do you think about that idea?
I think it's great. Let's do it.
Okay. How long should we? How long should we let people do that? If they have Kalatu Premium, let me just be clear that they have Kalatu Premium, the full version. Remember we talked about you need to have a high converting offer, right? If you're sending traffic towards something that doesn't convert, what's the point? But let's say you have Kalatu Premium, which is the brand new, squeaky clean. It's sort of like WordPress on steroids that's been fixed with custom plugins, and they spent like $1.5 million fixing all the bugs in WordPress. It's enterprise level. You've got like 10 blogs for $100. It's awesome. I'm so excited about Kalatu Premium. I mean, you can feel my excitement. And I thought, well, that's just too much for people to spend, okay? But let's say at whatever level you're at in search triggers, you still have to have a Search Triggers Pro if you're a leader, okay? But for your team, we will unlock the pro features of search triggers if they buy the entry level, as long as they have Kalatu Premium. How long should we run that special for, Darren?
I typically do a test market for either 60 or 90 days, and then I get the data, and then I reevaluate where things are at. Right? That's typically what I do, because it gives you enough time to get some data. Right? If you don't have enough space between the first announcement and the close date, then there's not enough data collected. So, I mean, go 60 days or 90 days is your choice. But, if we're going to run that with a campaign, then we should run a campaign. You know what I mean?
Okay. So we'll get together and we're going to focus on that. And maybe what bonus training would they get if they take advantage of that capability of getting the Kalatu Premium blogging product? I will lend all the expertise. I mean, Scott has been crushing it with search triggers. He's teaching me things I didn't even know about the tool, and I wrote it. So it's like,
well, you know what? Here's what I'll tell you guys. What I will, go one step further. Okay, I'm going to go one step further. Okay, I'm going to say this. If you don't have the Kalatu Premium blog and the 7-figure mindset training and the search triggers as your base formula for success, then you're not equipping yourself properly for success. Okay. Okay. So, what I want to be able for you guys to really equate this to, because a lot of people really don't understand what business actually costs. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about just a regular retail outlet or a coffee shop that has some space. Okay, this is without equipment in it. This is without staff or inventory. This is just the actual shell of that space. Now, depending on your location, just for the location, okay, it might cost you $3,000 or $4,000 a month before you put any equipment, any renovations in, stock it with inventory, do any branding, hire your staff, and then do marketing on top of that to get people in the door, right? If you don't do that, then nobody even shows up, right? So a lot of people don't really understand what does a little tiny coffee shop cost. It might cost you $100,000, right? So you got to start to look at your business like a real business, because what we show people how to do is how to create freedom and make more money than that coffee shop would with $100,000 risk, okay? So here's what I do. Here's how confident that I am in the millionaire mentoring and the quantum physics coaching that I do with my team, okay? If you get the Kalatu Premium blog, you get the Inner Circle Mindset training, that's a total of $197, plus the search triggers bonus that we're talking about, I will personally throw in a $3,000 bonus, okay? A $3,000 bonus, and teach you the actual science behind getting rich. Okay, now the students that have gone through this training, these are real testimonials of people that have gone through my Millionaire Mentoring. Mark Clyott, who was a lawyer, his business was, businesses go into these peaks and valleys, and he was in a valley, in a flat line. 7 days of Millionaire Mentoring, he got $50,000 in new deposits into his law firm. He signed $250,000 in contingency contracts in 60 days, and his second month online, he made $20,000 in the second month. Chad Turner, who was formerly a waiter 6 months ago, He said 6 $3,000 days, and a week and a half ago he made 10 grand for the week, $9,750. So we'll round that up to roughly $10,000. Rob Riker went through this Millionaire Mentoring. He was 2 months behind in rent and an eviction notice. He went through the Millionaire Mentoring, the $3,000 bonus that I'm talking about, and 8 months later, he had $500,000 cash in the bank. Okay, so I'm so confident in what we do. I'm so confident in the training that I provide to my students that if you get the Kalatu Premium blog, the Inner Circle Mindset training, and the Search Triggers tool, you will get a $3,000 bonus training with that and the ability to tap into weekly millionaire mentoring with our team. Okay, and quite honestly, guys, it's a no-brainer. Seriously, okay, your life will completely transform in 30 to 90 days, and you can take that to the bank. Okay, no joke, no hype, nothing. It's all documented, case study after case study, testimonial after testimony, dozens of people that have completely turned their lives around in record time, and in a lot of cases, okay, people in their very first month making as much as $7,500 their first month and $11,500 by month 2, right? These are average everyday people, right? Never been superstar marketers or anything like that, average people. That's how much I believe in this. That's how much I believe in this formula. It's the science of getting rich, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Okay? That's what I will do to help out here, anybody who's watching right now, to really, because my goal here, guys, is to help people be free, right? Because the challenge here with our society right now is that people are hindered from living their true passion because they have a mortgage, they have rent to pay, right? They got car payments, they got to pay for gas, they got to get their kids to school, they got clothes to buy. But what would happen if all your bills were paid? Imagine what the lifestyle would be like if you could wake up in the morning and you knew that every major bill that you had, from your telephone to your power, to your mortgage payment, to your car, to your insurance, to your gas, what if it was all paid for you, right? Poof, you wake up in the morning and all your bills are paid, right? What would you do with your time? What would you do with your time? Now, that all of a sudden starts to open up this gateway of possibility thinking, where you really have to be thinking about, geez, what's my real passion? What's my real purpose here? What do I really want to do? What do I really want to accomplish? What's my real vision? What do I really want? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do, right? Because now you've got all this free time, right? Now, what happens is when you're associating with people that are already in, multiple 6 figures and 7 figures, it brings open what's called possibility thinking, where your mind is allowed to now expand to what if? What if you had enough money to go buy that Mercedes or the Porsche that you've always wanted? What if you could take a trip around the world and still get paid while you're doing it? What if you could be in a position where you've got children and you could hire a full-time nanny, right? What if? What would your life be like? What would be different if you had that freedom to be able to do whatever you wanted, whenever you want, to take off and go on vacation whenever you want, right? So I believe that it all comes down to just making a decision. Like you're literally drawing a line in the sand. And you say, I will no longer stand for my life the way that it is any longer. Because I know that abundance is my birthright. I know that I'm worthy. I know that I deserve to have that abundance flow in my life. Now, if that's you, if you're a person that's in a state of transition, or you've just reached a breaking point, and you say, you know what, enough's enough. I'm going to take my life to the next level, and that's it, period. Okay? This is the path, guys, right? So I don't know if there's a link on this page when it gets rebroadcast, but all I can tell you is this. The moment that you make that decision, the moment that you throw your hat over the wall, the moment that you decide that you're worthy, the moment that you decide that you're going to take your life to the next level, that's when your life changes. That's when everything changes for you. So click the link on this page, take action. Remember the Kalatsu Premium blog, the Inner Circle Mindset, and the search triggers, and you're going to get a $3,000 bonus with weekly millionaire mentoring, and you're going to learn the science of getting rich. Now, once you learn this, guys, right? And I don't say this lightly. I don't say this lightly. Once you learn this stuff, you will never, ever have to worry about money again for the rest of your life. Now, provided you do the homework, right? There is homework, right? You got to work on the inner game, right? This is the important part, right? You got to work on this. But if you just follow the formula, you just follow the blueprint, and you stay consistent, you'll be the next Jessica that's putting in your notice at work and going full time and working with our team. So back over to you, Vic.
Yes, yes, yes. I would do that thing again. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, it's a simple decision, my friends. I made that decision 3 years ago, and these are my friends, and I met them because I made a choice. I made a decision to take the next step in moving my business forward. I have that lifestyle that Darren's talking about. What did I do with that? I created search triggers. I created EarthGrid. I created the search engine that will be launching to the world this summer. Stay tuned. We're going to see some exciting things. I just got a text a moment ago. I'm going to be meeting for coffee with the man himself, Bob Heyman, who coined the term search engine optimization, and we're going to be talking about strategy and bringing this into the Fortune 100, my friends. You're going to be seeing this go global. Okay? You're here at the beginning of a journey that's going to last for years to come. It's exciting to be here. I'm Vic, and I will see you at the next event, which you stay tuned. There's actually an event, a secret, super secret event happening tonight. And once you take advantage of what Darren's talking about, there's actually going to be 3 possibilities. Number 1, you're watching this live, and you're going to have access to the possibility of getting on the event before we go live tonight. The second possibility is you're watching the replay. We will send you the replay of tonight's event, which is at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And the name of that event is the Fast and the Furious. And then there's another word. And what's the last word, Darren?
Cash flow.
Cash flow. Okay. Fast and Furious Cash Flow with Darren. And we just ran a test today, so it's all systems go today, guys, okay? So we're going to have, this is also going to be on audio, it's going to be on video, it's going to be coming live to you only for people who take advantage of this offer, and we'll send you the replay. You'll have access to that. You're going to have access to all that information. And then the entire series of videos is going to teach you everything that is part of this strategy that we are unveiling to the world here. We have a case study right now. I'm just going to share with you the last opportunity, okay? We have a case study right now. I have quietly and secretly been taking advantage of my mentor Alex Mendosian's tip. He said, Vic, you need 30 case studies. We have 30 case studies underway. We are going to add another 70 case studies. We currently have about 500 people who have applied for the case studies. Most of them, unfortunately, don't have enough traffic to qualify for the case study. I'm going to open up 70 more case studies. What is a case study? That's where I go and look at what you're currently doing with search triggers, and I give you some specific tips, specific strategies, specific things you could do. And you probably got an email. You saw one of our case studies. He was flatlined for 90 days. Then we did a little bit of work, and then now he's got that massive traffic boost. That's what a case study will do for you. If you qualify for the case study, that will be the hands-on technique. We have 100 case studies that are going out right now to see if we can take this technology, take this mindset training, take this strategy, and double 100 businesses revenue. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to put the link below where you can get advantage of the case study. It's free to apply, but you have to prove your traffic. That's just what it is. There's going to be a way that you can fill out the application, get into our next case study, and then I will work with you and your team personally to double your business, double your traffic. Okay, that's our goal. Okay, and so if you're watching this, please listen to Darren. I'm listening to Darren. I'm actually going through the program that Darren is talking about, and you know, I'm already seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm seeing a massive increase in my business. We just had a 4-digit, I'm not going to say how much, check show up in the mail yesterday from a satisfied client that said, yes, you just took our business to the next level. Thank you. Here's a check. Okay? Truth, that's just what happened. Okay? So I'm so excited to be sharing this technology with you, with the system with you. And I just wanted to allow my guests to say a final word, and then we'll end the broadcast. A final word, and let's begin with Scott. Final word for you, Scott.
Yeah, just obviously, guys, consistency is key. That's obviously been the topic of my whole business this last couple months. It's really not about putting in a ton of work every day. It's about consistently taking action in a specific direction, being clear in what you want, being clear in your focus, not letting others drag you down. One thing that came up this week that I've been speaking to a lot of people about is you're trying to take off, like a plane. You're trying to take off like a balloon, and you got anchors trying to hold you down. And those anchors are not being consistent. It could be, people being negative. It could just be a lot of things. So just always think about, as you're trying to take off, what is holding me back? What is my limitations? What are the things that I'm thinking about that are, saying, procrastination, or maybe saying, I don't have that one tool. If you're saying to yourself, well, I'm not going to write the blog post until I have search triggers. Well, go out there and get search triggers. Buy it. Figure it out. Just do it. That's just the thing. You guys are trying to take off. You need to, whatever's holding you back, whatever's in your mind that you're thinking of, like, oh man, like I don't have this, just get it over with, and forget about it and take off. So that's my last bit of word, Vic, and I look forward to being on your next set of trainings and showing these people how to really get technical with search triggers on a pro level.
Okay, yeah, you are the pro, man. I mean, I've seen you do things that just boggle my mind. Okay, Jessica, any thoughts or intentions or anything you want to share with our audience today?
Well, my intention now that I'm not working is to work with Darren and do my blog every day and use search triggers for it every day. For the next 90 days, I'm going to do a boost. Complete every day. I'm ready.
You're ready. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. And Mr. Boom Boom himself, Darren Little, man.
My closing comments, guys, is this. When I first got onto the internet and I was searching for answers, I was searching for information that was going to help me fast track myself along my path to freedom. And I remember this feeling in my body, right? And I would be looking at all these different products and these info things, and I remember reading this one sales letter, and it was for an ebook, okay? And it was like $49 for this ebook. And I remember thinking to myself, like, these testimonials, they can't be fake. There was just too many of them, right? There was just testimony after testimony after testimony that people had purchased this ebook, and when they did, their whole life completely transformed. And I remember this voice in my head that was saying, dude, it could be a scam. You put your credit card information in there, they could run with your credit card, I'm telling you, right? And I remember this feeling in my body that I had to overcome that voice and raise my vibration up to the point where I said, you know what? I'm going for this. I don't care. I'm throwing my hat over the wall. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be one of those success stories, right? And I remember as I was putting in my credit card information and I was pressing that enter button, right? I had this kind of overwhelming feeling inside my body of just, I surrender. I'm just going to let this happen because I know that I'm worthy. I know that I'm deserving. I know that abundance is my birthright, and I'm just going to let this happen. Guys, I'll tell you what. That ebook completely, totally transformed my life. Okay? That one ebook, that $49 that I spent, completely transformed my business, my whole understanding of marketing, understanding how to become the attractor factor, and everything that I do now has morphed from that very first time of me taking action, right? Nothing happens until you take action. So what I would put out to you is you've got to be that higher level voice that overcomes the negativity within you. You will be your worst enemy, guys. You have to be that positive zone that suppresses and pushes down that negativity so that you can fly. All right, back over to you, Vic.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Darren. Thank you, Scott and Jessica, for coming today. All right, okay. So, to recap, what are the 5 ways to attract clicks to your website? Number 1, mindset, having the proper mindset. Number 2, keyword research. That's what we use search triggers for. Trends, knowing what's trending in the media. Search triggers has that built in, or you could simply go to Google Trends or Bing Trends or whatever trending news articles. Read the paper. How many people actually read the local newspaper? Read the paper, find out what's trending, take a headline, pop it into search triggers, and create a blog post from that. Social. That's the key. Scott showed you earlier how he crushed it on Facebook by simply studying the leaders, the top producers, what they're doing in social media, popping that in search triggers, and writing a blog post. Competition. Analyze your competition. That's number 5. You have to analyze your competition for several reasons. Number 1, you have to know what's written before you so you can add value to that statement. If you don't add value to anything, all you're doing is saying something that someone else said. Here's a tip. When you quote someone else, put a link to their blog and then contact that person. That's been one of the secrets of my success, why I hang out with 7-figure earners like Darren. And you're going to meet Sam next week. He's a 7-figure earner. He made his first 100,000 online when he was 16 years old. Okay, these are the type of people just hanging out with them, buying their products, writing a link to them, sending them an email saying, hey, I'm Vic. This is what I do. What do you do? Let's see if we can work together. Joint ventures. That's the key, my friends. That's what competition is. Competition, there really is no such thing as competition. In this age, in the 21st century, it's about co-opetition. We are cooperating, but we're aware of how we differentiate each other, how we differentiate our product from their product. And that's really the benefit that you get by studying the market with search triggers and with hanging out with us in a team. And you have to blog. You have to blog, my friends. And you have to blog 5 times a week, preferably 7, okay? And share those blog posts on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Google+. Once you do that, my friends, you will see your traffic go straight to the moon. However, if you haven't done these other 4 steps, other 5 steps in here, you're wasting your time because your blog post will fall into a market that doesn't really care about what you're saying. So you have to connect with your heart, to the content of what you're talking about. I feel passionate about this subject because I've seen the results. I've seen the case studies. I've seen Christine go from 500 visitors a month to 5,000 visitors a month. She's going to be with us next week, and she'll be sharing that. She wrote a blog post, my God, I got 500 people in one day. And she's the #1 female expert in LinkedIn. Okay, so enough about what's coming. We see a bright future, my friends, ahead of us. And this is the beginning of the journey. The beginning of the journey is to share your story with Kalatu. Kalatu means share your story in Aborigines. Go ahead, get started with your blog, get Kalatu Premium, the Inner Mindset Training, and get search triggers, and receive the bonus, the $3,000 bonus from Darren in how to bring your business into the millionaire mind. I'm Vic, and I will see you at the next event. Live long and prosper.